out with us here on Hoops 360. It's our girl, Sydney Colson. Sid,
What's
it is
up?
so great to see your face and to hear
Always.
your voice. Broadcaster extraordinaire. Also, now you've been on the broadcast for AU broadcast. How has that been going?
It's been
Having
really
a mic
good.
in your hand.
First of all, good to see y'all. It's been fun. It's been fun. Like, I used to want to do like color commentating when I was just finishing up at A&M, finishing up playing, and I was on staff. So I was able to do it when I was a video coordinator, when I was a GA. But then it's been like over a decade since I tried it again, and I was like, okay, well, I'm injured. AU still, finding a way for me to be involved, and I was still, part of the PEC, so involved with putting the roster together and everything. So I was excited about the players that were going to be here. I'm like, okay, I think games will be even more fun. So it was just a cool opportunity to still get to be involved.
How many times do you think a producer has kind of given you a look or an eye raise like, Sid, don't say it?
I've just been I've been having to self-regulate here.
Yeah.
Because they, I just hear them in my ear. Like, everything's good. They've been like, it's been fine. But I also haven't said, like, the wilder stuff that I want to say yet. I'm thinking I'm saving it for the last week. So.
Oh, dear.
Save it for the last day so that way they can't keep you out. Like, you're done. There is a crazy level of discipline that you have to have sometimes of like, don't say it. Don't say it. Keep it in your back pocket. Swallow it a little bit. It's like the verbal version of typing out an email and deleting all of it. But before we started recording, we were just going back and forth about this year's AU, how it's been different for you, but also how have you seen kind of the landscape of the league change and the type of player that's come into AU this season?
I think that we've seen a lot more young players this year be interested, and young players in the W, like rookies in the W, they're a different breed because they came into the W with having like NIL, having experienced NIL, and what that attention, recognition, more money, what all of that can be like. And so they have a lot going on outside of basketball. So the need to go overseas doesn't feel as pressing or urgent. So we're lucky that we got to get a lot of those players who, weren't playing in Unrivaled. They still wanted to play 5-on-5. They heard from, friends or other people that AU was a good environment, even outside the basketball. So we were just lucky, I think, with the timing. But yeah, getting to have a lot of those rookies, having some vets like Tina Charles come be a part of it, having, people like Mercedes Russell who played in season 1, but then they're back again. Just like, a lot of people who, maybe weren't going to give it a chance before, heard good things, and they came in and tried it out. So it's been really cool. It's been really fun to just see people outside of the court and get to know them a little more.
One of the other differences is you guys named coaches. So I know they were facilitators in the past. It was a little bit different, kind of player-led. Why did the player executive committee decide to make that change this year?
I think because there's such a variety of types of captains that can become a variety of players that can become captains because of the leaderboard and the format here. But we wanted to just empower the coaches who were facilitators a little more, because sometimes it could be a post player that doesn't want to have a lot of the responsibility, or you might have a point guard that does want a lot of the responsibility and maybe doesn't give a lot to the coach, but we still need the coach to coach the rest of the team, because you might think that you're doing a good job as a player, but you're maybe missing some pieces that you don't even know to look at because you haven't coached before. So we're like, let's give a little more responsibility to them. Let's change the name so people aren't as confused, I think, about what their responsibility is from the outside. I think those were some of the things that went into it.
Have you seen the benefit of that watching from the broadcast perspective this year?
Yeah, I feel like a lot. Yeah, and I think the coaches that we have now, we've always had good ones. The facilitators in the past were really good. Like, they were assistant coaches on teams, or they've been head coaches in places. So we've always had quality people in that coaching position. So I don't think I don't see a dramatic difference. But I like seeing their engagement this year. I feel like they're up the whole time. They're excited. They're like in the huddles doing the chants. Like Chaz Franklin, he's always doing some stuff with his team. They're in the huddle. He's like, hello. And they're like, it's me. And it's a Cardi song, but it's just cool to see them really get involved with the team in all aspects.
It does feel like just the energy, the camaraderie, just the genuine nature of AU has been so fun to watch from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
That's not your only broadcasting that you're doing. You and your co-face of the league, TP, are doing a digital mockumentary. They'll drop weekly throughout the season. I don't want to give everything away of what's to come, but maybe what's something that people can expect, or a big memory or favorite memory from what you've been filming so far.
It's just been fun because we just have some players that we were like friends or teammates with. Like we did the first episode with Alicia and Kia that dropped, and so some people knew our dynamic from being with the Aces together, or just seeing us be like on social media interacting with one another. So they kind of knew the dynamic, but to see it all four of us at one time, since we all four didn't play together, it was just fun. And then we're getting to work with like some younger players. We had one with Caitlin Chen and Bree Hall. We did one with Anissa Morrow and Deja Kelly, and then Shea Petty and Ariel Atkins were in another one. And it was just like a fun way for us to, joke around with the players here, but like also have them be involved with what TP and I want to do, like past basketball. Yeah, what we're currently doing, but like this is the world we want to be in. We want to do sketch comedy. We want to do improv, be comedians that are, like working actors. So just to have our basketball world kind of mix and collide in that way, we thought would be really fun and exciting, and they all had a good time. So it was cool.
You've always been really open about that, about what you want to do after basketball. You've done stand-up comedy. You've done the show with TP. I'm curious, do you guys, since you mentioned what you want to do afterwards, do you guys have a plan? Like, these are the steps we're going to take, and when our careers are definitely over here, like, these are the next things we've built ourselves up to do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that we have like the blueprint exactly, but it is something that like we discussed recently. Like we talk a lot, just like dreams and hopes wise about what we want to see and what we feel is possible. And I think a lot of what we've already started to do has planted the seed for what's to come, because the ability for us to even have our own like self-titled show, like what was that? How did that, like how did that happen? But all the steps that have come after that, people calling us the face of the league, like what are the odds that something like that is really going to take off? So we do feel like the things have happened that are leading us to where we want to go. We don't know the steps quite yet because we're new in the entertainment industry in that way, but we're eager, we're like hungry to learn, we're people who like being new at stuff and like figuring it out. And we're very driven. So we don't have all the steps, but we know we're gonna do more stand-up, we're gonna do more sketch and improv. We're hopefully gonna start auditioning more and be able to be casted and stuff, but as far as what it'll look like, I don't know, but I know what we're gonna try, at least,
What's the ultimate goal? Like, I know it's, doing more and doing sketch comedy, but is there like one pie in the sky type of dream that y'all are looking at?
No, I mean, in a very cliche way, TP and I really just want to like impact the world in whatever way we can through like our humor and our friendship. And like even with our podcast, we've seen how that's been something that's resonated with people, and it's like, just like love and kindness between people, especially like our racial dynamic. People love the comedy aspect of like our height difference. There's so much about like our physical comedy that people enjoy, but there's a lack of kindness in the world right now and just positivity. So overarching goal, that's it. But we also, like we want to be on screen, we want to be doing stuff, but you can't really predict if that stuff will happen, really.
Yeah, and I know that you've got so many exciting, fun plans for the future for you and TP on the entertainment side of things. But in the short-term future, there is no CBA yet. You don't know where you're going to be playing in 2026. You don't even know if you're going to be playing in 2026. Put us in that mindset that you are in right now with so many things that are up in the air.
I'm a person, I've lived my life on just like faith and trusting that what's meant for me is gonna happen. I don't have a reporter asked me not long ago, like, are you stressed? What's your level of stress regarding the CBA? And I'm like, look, I've been hanging on by a thread in the W for years now. I thought it was over after the pandemic, after the bubble season. So I've been fortunate and blessed to be around this long. Like, I think I just want to see the players fight for, what we feel we've earned and what we deserve at this point. And hopefully, an agreement is on the way soon. Because I know, like, we want to play. People want to see us play. But I think you can't fault people. And I think that if our league didn't look the way we did, a lot of things, like a lot wouldn't be said about us fighting for what we feel we deserve. But I think a lot of people, especially when it comes to women, people just don't think that we should be saying that we deserve something. And so I want to see our young players in this league, the people who've been around and, help get the league to where it is. People want to feel that they are receiving something for that. And if they don't, at least the people after me will. So, hopefully something is on the horizon that'll be beneficial to both sides, to where we could play. But I'm also just like, the world's a mess, so basketball is like the least of my concern, quite frankly.
Just quickly on the CBA, I know we've talked about this and you've talked about this a lot, that middle tier, especially based on your career trajectory. I know that Terry Jackson and NECA came down to Athletes Unlimited to talk to all of you. If there's anything you're willing to share about that, but also just for the middle tier, like outside of revenue sharing, what should a new CBA have that's going to protect them this time?
Yeah, no, I don't mind. I mean, like, I'll share just like overall. I think like the energy in the room was just for like the vets who've been around, who were role players, some who were like impacted by the last CBA in a major way, like or had teammates who were impacted because we took care of the highest paid players and we took care of the rookies. But a lot of middle people who should have still had a job got pushed out because of the difference of a few $1,000s and some other things. But we just wanted to inform the younger players so that they knew exactly what was going on. Because I remember being a younger player and just being happy to be in the league and not understanding everything, or not even not understanding, mostly just not having a real interest to learn more because, look, I'm lucky to still even be here. So I'm not really trying to rock the boat. We want them to come in and feel empowered, feel knowledgeable about what's going on, and understand how this impacts them. So that was kind of the overarching energy in the room, just for them to come. If anybody has any questions, I think we were in there probably like 2 hours, just for people to feel like they were on the same page and they could ask what they need to ask and walk away feeling like, okay, I understand this better because of the presentation or because of the way that y'all framed it. I think it was super helpful.
I love that you're able to do that for some of the younger players because there's a lot of legalese. Like there's a lot of intricacies into the CBA negotiations that are probably really overwhelming when it involves your money, your compensation, your career, your life for the foreseeable future. But from somebody that has been in this league for a long time and has played a lot of basketball, seen the growth of the league, what's the most important thing in the CBA right now? Is it getting it done and making sure that we have a season, or making sure that the deal is right regardless of missing games or not?
Yeah, I think making sure that the deal is right, that, like, I think when it's all said and done, one side might feel like they got a little less than they bargained for maybe, but like maybe nobody's going to be fully happy, but it'll be like, all right, but this is respectable enough. Like, this is good enough. They're willing to give this. Because at the end of the day, business, no matter what it is, WNBA or not, every business is going to try to give as little as possible to the workers. That's how I make a profit. The workers, they're hoping, don't ever understand that that's what they want to do and that they just keep being happy to be employed. So on our side, we're like, we're going to fight for as much as possible without being greedy. Like, is really it. I don't think it's greed or anything. It's just what people naturally feel like we've earned and what is due.
Sid, we definitely don't want to let you go without asking. You started up top. You are rehabbing. How is rehab going? Especially, you're probably at kind of the mental part of everything, right?
Oh, yeah. Do you know you've been injured before?
No, but I know enough about it talking to players like you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm good. I mean, what's today? The 19th? So I'm almost at, we're in February. I got it in March. So I'm almost at 6 months.
Yay.
And so, thank you.
I feel like an explosion should have gone off of
your spirit squad. Yeah. Do we have 6-month balloons by any chance?
That killed me. Yeah, so almost at 6 months and been, jogging and running for like 2 of those. So, our trainer in Indiana, Todd Champlin's been working with me. I talk to him every day here just to make sure that I'm still looking good, like sending video updates. He's probably gonna, drop down here for the last week to just see me in person. But it's been good. Like, it's definitely the mental part. Because the first part where you're doing like the strengthening and flexion and extension, it's tough physically, of course, and grueling. But once you get through it, you're like, okay, well, like, I'm at the point, my knee's bending, I'm good. Like, I'm feeling good. The rest is gonna be a breeze. But then you get to the parts where like you're having to make yourself do some things. Like, you're having to jump on one leg, you're having to squat on one leg, like do a lot of things that and get on court, and you're seeing, okay, like I did all of that stuff strengthening wise. I thought that it would look differently on the court when I'm moving, but I've had to just be patient. It's been like 20 years since my other ACL, so I had to just tap back into the patience you got to have with yourself, and the understanding that it's healed. You just have to trust it. But it's hard for the mind to accept that, because it's like you're putting me in a position that I was in when I last got hurt. So I'm good on that. Like, I don't really want to do I don't want to do this movement again. So it's just a matter of like just like trusting that everything that we've done up to this point is good, and I'm feeling good. So we'll see what happens by the time that we're starting. But yeah, a lot of people probably think that I've retired, but I'm like, no, I'm healing pretty good. We'll see what happens.
What do you want in your next stop? What are you looking for
in my next stop? Just like a good overall environment, like a team that works together. Good coaches. Like, I had a great season in Indiana. Like, I loved our coaching staff. We had a season that people weren't expecting out of us. Don't know what's gonna happen in free agency, like we spoke about. But just hoping to be somewhere where people want to win, people treat one another well, because it's not the case everywhere. And so I'm not gonna be an older person in a position that's like stressful to my mental. I'm like, I would just as soon just walk away if that's the last option. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it'll work out the way it's supposed to. But yeah, that's what I would say I want.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Get it. Totally get it.
Yeah, get it.
Been there. I've had $1. Sydney Colson, she's a broadcaster, she's a comedian, she's a hooper, she's the face of the league, and we are lucky enough to call her a friend here on this show. Sid, we appreciate you so much. Good luck with everything. We're cheering you on every step of the way.
Thank you. Always good seeing y'all.